Hi, good morning to everyone. In this class, I am going to explain the concept of paragon law of vectors, triangle law of vectors, polygon law of vectors. First one, paragon law of vectors. For the addition of two vectors, we are using paragon law of vectors. That means, suppose if p bar and q bar are any two vectors, they are acting at one point, makes an angle theta with each other. What is the magnitude of resultant of two vectors? And how do we find the direction of the resultant vector that can be derived according to paragon law of vectors? Okay. After that, for the addition of three vectors, just we are using triangle law of vectors. Again, for the addition of more than three vectors, we are using polygon law of vectors. So here, in the first one, parallelogram. Parallelogram law of addition of vectors. So, the statement of parallelogram law of vectors can be defined as if any two vectors, say suppose here p bar is a vector quantity, q bar is another vector quantity, these two are acting at the same point, means trace of both the vectors are same at one point. These two vectors are acting at same point and angle between the two vectors is equal to resultant of two vectors is equal to the resultant of two vectors. This can be suppose here these two vectors can be taken as a adjacent sides of a parallelogram. Then we complete draw the parallelogram lines. This side is parallel to q1, this side is parallel to q1. Suppose here this is equivalent to p bar and this is equivalent to q bar. Okay. Also, from the same point, let us draw the diagonal of the parallelogram. This is the diagonal of the parallelogram and is represented by r bar. R bar is the resultant of two vectors p bar and q bar. Okay. Also, let the direction of the resultant vector means suppose it makes an angle alpha with p bar. So, on the basis of alpha, we can find the direction of the resultant vector. Okay. Now, how do you state the paragon law of vectors? Come on, seriously, my dear students. If any two vectors, remember the statement clearly. If any two vectors are acting at one point simultaneously and are represented by the adjacent sides of a parallelogram, then the diagonal drawn from the same point gives the resultant of two vectors both in magnitude and direction. Am I right? So, according to geometrical approach, see here, let this is a vector which is represented by OA bar is equal to 2. OA bar is equal to 2. Also, another vector is q bar. These two are acting at the same point, like this is OB bar is equal to q. OA bar is equal to p bar and OB bar is equal to q. Angle between two vectors is equal to theta. Angle between them is theta. So, according to geometrical approach of addition of two vectors, what is the geometrical method to approach the addition of two vectors? First, let us draw the first vector like this. After that, the tail of the second vector is joined with head of the first vector and draw the line here. Suppose here let us draw a straight line here. This is parallel to q bar here. This is parallel to q. Okay. And this vector is also equivalent to q bar because both are parallel. because a vector is displaced parallel to itself. Parallel to itself, there is no change in direction as well as magnitude of the vector. Remember the point. Here, it is the first vector and this is the second vector. It is also equivalent to q bar and this is AC. The AC bar is equivalent to q bar. Finally, the initial point of the first vector is joined with final head of the second vector by a straight line. This gives the resultant of these two vectors both in magnitude and direction and is represented by. Okay. Also, here let us join B to C. BC bar is also equivalent to OB bar, that is equivalent to, right? Okay now. That's why the statement of parallelogram can be defined as CA once again. If any two vectors are acting at one point simultaneously and these vectors are represented by the adjacent sides of a parallelogram, then resultant of these two vectors should be equivalent to the diagonal drawn from the same point both in magnitude and direction. That is the statement for parallelogram. Okay, this is the angle theta. Here, what is the magnitude of resultant vector? Generally, R is equal to formula root of p square plus q square plus 2pq cos theta. We can derive this formula. And magnitude of resultant of vectors in terms of pq and also theta is represented by this formula given in direction. Right? Here, OA bar is equal to p bar. Then what is OA? OA is equal to simply nothing but P. And OB bar is equal to Q bar. OB is equal to only dimension, that is Q. Here, this vector is displaced like this. And in between, suppose this is also equivalent to A bar. And in between these two vectors is equivalent to P. Okay? This one is displaced like this. Okay? The first vector. Now, to prove the R is equal to p square plus q square plus 2pq cos theta, from the point C, let us draw a perpendicular line on this extended line. This can intersect at the point D. Okay. So, from triangle or from the parallelogram, clearly, this triangle is equal to theta. Total angle between P bar and Q bar is theta. It is also equivalent to theta. From the triangle CAD, from triangle CAD, what is the value of sin theta? Sin theta is equal to opposite side by hypotenuse. Opposite side is CD by hypotenuse is equal to Q. From this relation, CD is equal to Q sin theta. Okay na? CD is equal to Q sin theta and this is equal to Q sin theta. From the same triangle, cos theta is equal to what is value? Adjacent side by hypotenuse. That means AD by AC or AD by AC is equal to Q, or this implies AD is equal to Q cos theta. AD is equal to Q cos theta and CD is equal to Q sin theta. But from this relation, AD is equivalent to what is value? Q cos theta. This is Q sin theta. So, to find the magnitude of resultant, vector. So, to derive this formula, let us consider the triangle. See here, triangle OCD. So, from the triangle OCD, OCD triangle, hypotenuse square is equal to side square plus side square. That means OC square is equal to, because it is the right angle triangle, OCD. It is a triangle. The bigger triangle, hypotenuse is OC and opposite side is equal to CD. Adjacent side is equal to OD. OC square is equal to, what is the value? CD square plus OD square. Okay, CD square plus OD square, that is equal to CD square plus OD can also be represented by OD is equal. This is the resultant of OA and AD. That means OA plus AD whole square. OA plus AD whole square. That is equal to CD square plus, this can be expanded by A plus B whole square. That means OA square plus AD square plus 2OA into 2OA into A. See here, what is OC? OC bar is equal to R bar. OC is equal to R. That means R square is equal to CD square is equal. What is the value of CD? CD is equal to Q sin theta. CD square is equal to Q sin theta whole square plus OA square is equal to OA bar is equal to P bar. Magnitude of OA means P. Magnitude of P bar means P. And OA is equal to P square plus AD is equal. What is AD here? Q cos theta. That means Q cos theta whole square plus 2 into OA is equal to P and AD is equal to Q cos theta. Q cos theta. That is equal. This can be expanded as Q square sin square theta plus P square plus is also equal to Q square cos square theta plus 2PQ cos theta. Okay now? That is, so here P square first option, P square plus, so in these two quantities let us take the common as Q square into sin square theta plus cos square theta plus 2PQ cos theta. That is equal to P square plus Q square sin square theta plus cos square theta is equal to 1 plus 2PQ cos theta. So this is the formula for R square. R square is equal to P square plus Q square plus 2PQ cos theta, or R is equal to root of P square plus Q square plus 2PQ cos theta. So this is the formula for magnitude of resultant according to parameter of cos, and this is very important derivation. Very important derivation to solve the problems like in vectors, gravitation lo force తీసుకుంటాం. Force is nothing but the vector quantity. To add one force to the another one, we are using geometrical approach like parameter of vectors. And also in electricity also there is Coulomb force. In magnetism also there is the magnetic force. So that's why in case of force, addition of force vectors, we are using this formula by T. This is the basic formula. This is applied in so many chapters of physics. Okay. So then what is the formula for resultant of these two vectors? R is equal to root of P square plus Q square plus 2PQ cos theta. Right. Next one. How do we derive the formula for resultant of direction of resultant? Direction of resultant vector. To find the direction of resultant vector, direction means how do you find the direction of R? See here, this is the resultant of two vectors. If for example, let the resultant vector makes angle alpha with P bar. Suppose we find the value of alpha, that gives the direction of R bar. That means with what angle from which the R bar lies. That means alpha, to find the value of alpha gives the direction of the resultant. Okay. So here, to find the value of alpha, let us consider the triangle OCD. Say therefore here, from the triangle OCD, in this triangle tan alpha is You know, from the triangle OCD, tan alpha should be equivalent to opposite side by adjacent side. Here what is opposite side? CD and adjacent side is OD. Therefore, tan alpha is equal to CD by OD, or this is equal to CD by OD replaced by OD is equal to the sum of OA and AD. So this is equal to OA plus AD. But you know what is the value of CD? CD is equal to Q sin theta, AD is equal to Q cos theta. Therefore, CD is equal to, this is Q sin theta by OA is equal to, from the diagram not OA bar, OA which is the magnitude of P bar, P. OA is equal to P plus AD is equal to Q cos theta. AD is equal to Q cos theta. That's why tan alpha is equal to Q sin theta by P plus Q cos theta, or from this relation alpha is equal to tan inverse of Q sin theta by P plus Q cos theta. So this is the formula which indicates the resultant of both the vectors, direction of resultant of the vectors. Okay, my dear students. So clearly, this is one very important question in the sense of board examinations. So in IT board examinations, this is a 4 marks question. You know, complete India అంటే క్లియర్గా చదువుకోండి. డెరివేషన్ ఎలా వస్తుంది ఏంటి follow step by step. First one in answer చెప్పండి. What is the statement of parallel of vectors? If any two vectors acting at one point and are represented by the adjacent sides of a parallelogram, then the diagonal drawn from the same point gives the resultant of two vectors both in magnitude and direction. That is the statement. And how do you find the magnitude of resultant vector? Here, P bar and Q bar of the two vectors, they are represented by the adjacent sides OA bar and OB bar of a parallelogram. And also, AC bar is parallel to OB bar, which is also equal to Q bar. Now, let us draw a perpendicular line from C on this extended line OD. This can intersect the point. Here, this is the angle theta, and this angle is also equal to theta. So, from the triangle CAD or ACD, each triangle you see sin theta is equal to CD by Q. CD is equal to Q sin theta. And again from same triangle cos theta is equal to AD by Q. Is equal to AD is equal to Q cos. And how do you find the magnitude of resultant? Magnitude of resultant means from this triangle OCD, each triangle you see hypotenuse square is equal to side square plus side square, and derive this formula like this. Finally, we got R equal to root of P square plus Q square plus 2PQ cos theta. And direction of the resultant vector means alpha. Alpha is angle made by the resultant vector P bar. By knowing the value of alpha, we can decide the direction of resultant. Therefore, tan alpha equals CD by OD from the triangle OCD, and OD can be replaced by OA plus AD, or tan alpha equals Q sin theta by P plus Q cos theta. This is the formula to find the direction. Then alpha equal to tan inverse of Q sin theta by P plus Q cos. Right, my students? So this is a total explanation about the parallel of vectors, and it is very important. Right? So next one. See clearly. Suppose here, note this point. Let P bar and Q bar are individual vectors. What is the formula for magnitude of resultant? R is equal to root of P square plus Q square plus 2PQ cos theta. And second one, direction means tan alpha is equal to Q sin theta by P plus Q cos theta. These are the two formulas. First formula indicates the magnitude of resultant. Second one indicates the direction of the resultant. Here there is case 1. case 1. Suppose if theta is equal to 0, theta is equal to 0 means both the vectors q1 and q1 are parallel. It implies cos theta is equal to cos 0 is equal to 1. What is the formula for magnitude of resultant? If the given two vectors are parallel, then R is equal to root of p square plus q square plus 2pq cos theta. That is equal to root of p square plus q square plus 2pq because cos theta is equal to 1. This root of a square plus b square plus 2ab means a plus b whole square. That means root of p plus q whole square cube cancel out and this is equal to p plus q. Okay na? Resulting R is equal to p plus q. Again case 2. Suppose if theta is equal to 90 degrees. Theta 90 means okay. Theta is equal to 90 degrees. Theta 90 means cos theta is equal to cos 90 is equal to 0. Cos 90 value is 0. Then formula for resultant. Formula for magnitude of resultant is equal to root of p square plus q square plus 2pq. Cos 90 is equal to 0. That means R is equal to root of p square plus q square. This is the magnitude of the resultant. But in the first case, if both the vectors are parallel, theta means 0. What is the direction of the resultant? Direction of the resultant means we will find the value of tan alpha. You know tan alpha is equal to q sin theta by formula p plus q cos theta. That is equal q into sin theta 0 by p plus q into cos 0. That is q into sin 0 is equal to 0 by p plus q into cos 0 is equal to 1. This is q into 0 is equal to 0. 0 by something is equal to 0. That means tan alpha 0. Tan alpha 0 and alpha is also equal to 0. That means resultant of two vectors should be parallel to either vector. See here, this is the vector p1 and this is the vector p1. Both are parallel. Resultant of these two vectors should also parallel to both the vectors. Resultant is equal to R. R is parallel to p1 and q1. In the second case, theta is 90 means both the vectors are perpendicular. It is p1 and this is q1. q1 is perpendicular to p1 and it is the resultant. Resultant vector makes an angle alpha at p1. Then how do you find alpha? Same concept. Tan alpha is equal to q sin theta. Theta means 90 by p plus q cos 90. That is equal to q into sin 90 is equal to 1 by p plus q into cos 90 is equal to cos 90. Cos 90 is equal to 0. So this is equivalent to what is this? Q into 1 is equal to 1, q into 0 is 0, that is equivalent to q by p. Q by p. Or alpha is equal to tan inverse of q by p. This formula indicates the direction of resultant vector. This is case 2. Again, case 3. If theta is equal to 180 degrees, theta 180 means both the vectors are opposite to each other or anti-parallel. That implies cos theta is equal to cos 180 is equal to minus 1. Sin theta is equal to sin 180 is equal. Sin 180 means sin of 90 plus 90. Sin of 90 plus 90 means in which quadrant? Second quadrant. Second quadrant sin is positive. Sin 90 plus 90 means cos 90. Cos 90 is equal to 0. Therefore, magnitude of resultant is represented by R is equal to root of p square plus q square plus 2pq into cos theta. Cos theta is equal to root of p square plus q square minus 2pq, and this is equal to root of a square plus b square minus 2ab means this is p minus 2 whole square and root are cancelled, and r is equal to only p minus q. This is formula for magnitude of resultant. And how we find the direction? See here, this is p bar, and this is q bar. Both are opposite. Direction of the resultant means tan alpha is equal to q sin theta by p plus q cos theta. Tan alpha equal to q sin theta by p plus q cos theta. Q into sin theta sin 180 is equal to 0 by p plus q into cos 0 is equal to minus 2. So that is equal to 0 by p minus 2. 0 by something is equal to 0 and alpha is also equal to 0. That means resultant vector is in the direction of p bar. Resultant is in the direction of p bar. See my dear friends, suppose if theta is equal to 0 means in case of parallel vectors or like vectors, r is equal to p plus q. In case of unlike vectors, r is equal to p minus q. And again in case of orthogonal vectors, orthogonal means perpendicular vectors, theta is equal to 90 and r equal to root of p square plus q square. Among these, suppose here this one and this one and this one, among these three formulas, in which case the resultant will be maximum? Resultant maximum means, for example, see here, p is equal to 5, q is equal to p is equal to 3 and q is equal to 4. In the first case, r is equal to p plus q. P plus q means 7. In the second case, r is equal to root of p square plus q square. That is equal to root of 3 square plus 4 square. It is root of 9 plus 16. Root 25 means 5. In case of third case, r is equal to p minus q means difference. 3 minus 4 is equal to minus 1. Magnitude is equal to 1. So out of all these three possible values, in which case the resultant is maximum? First case. This is the maximum resultant. Again, in which case the resultant will be minimum? Third case. Okay? If theta is equal to 0, resultant will be maximum. Theta is equal to 180 degrees, resultant will be minimum. Come on, tell me, my dear friends. So, what is the condition to which any two vectors are acting at one point to have a maximum resultant? To have a maximum resultant means both the vectors should be parallel to each other. Formula for maximum resultant is r is equal to p plus q. R equal to p plus q. And what is the condition to which resultant will be minimum? That means theta is equal to 180 degrees. Minimum resultant is equal to p minus q. Remember these 2 points. Maximum resultant is equal to p plus q. Minimum resultant is equal to p minus q. So the 2 points are very, very important. See, here there is a node point. Maximum resultant of any two vectors is equal to p plus q, and minimum resultant r minimum is equal to p minus q. Okay? When maximum resultant occurs, when theta is equal to 0. When minimum resultant occurs, when theta is equal to 180 degrees. Okay? R maximum is equal to p plus q and r minimum is equal to p minus q. Suppose just we are dividing these two. R maximum by R minimum is equal to p plus q by p minus q. P plus q by p minus q. So according to component on dividend law principle, what is the component on dividend law principle? According to, see here, mathematics, suppose if a by b is equal to c by d. If a by b is equal to c by d, then according to component on dividend law principle, a plus b by a minus b is equal to c plus d by c minus d. This is the component on dividend law principle. Okay? Some a plus b by a minus b is equal to c plus d by c minus d. Suppose A is equal to 2 and B is equal to some value 3. So this is equal to 6 by 12. ఇలా తీసుకున్నాం 2 by 3 is equal to 6 by 12. From component of unit of principle ఏం రాసుకోవచ్చు. So if A by B is equal to C by D, then A plus B by D minus B is equal to C plus D by C minus D. This is the component of unit of principle. Come on, to apply the same formula, this one R maximum by R minimum is equal to P plus Q by P minus Q. From the same relation, R maximum plus R minimum by R maximum minus R minimum is equal to, here P plus Q, it is C, plus D is equal P minus Q by C minus D means P plus Q minus R P minus Q. So this is equal to P plus Q plus P minus Q by P plus Q minus P plus Q minus Q plus Q cancel, minus Q plus Q cancel, that is equal P plus Q 2P by Q plus Q is equal to 2Q, so 2 and 2 cancel. Then P by Q is equal to what the relation? Then here P by Q is equal to R maximum plus R minimum by R maximum minus R minimum. Okay na? So very important relation you know. In terms of R maximum and R minimum, what is the ratio between magnitudes of two vectors under the movie? P by Q is equal to R maximum plus R minimum by R maximum minus R minimum. This is the required relation. Okay, my dear students. So what is the formula for maximum resultant? R maximum is equal to P plus Q. R minimum is equal to P minus Q. R minimum is equal to P minus Q. Again, in terms of R maximum and R minimum, what is the value of ratio of the magnitudes of two vectors means P by Q equal to R maximum plus R minimum by R maximum minus R minimum. See here, for example, let the maximum resultant of two vectors is equal to 25. Minimum resultant of two vectors is equal to 5. Find the ratio of magnitudes of two vectors. Then how will we find it? P by Q is equal to R maximum plus R minimum by R maximum minus R minimum. That is equal to R maximum 25 plus R minimum 5 by 25 minus 2. That is equal to 30 by 20. That is equal to 3 by 2. So ratio between magnitude of two vectors is equal to 3 is 2. See my dear students, here there is one other point to note. Suppose here P bar is a vector quantity, Q bar is another vector, Q bar is another vector, angle between two vectors is equal to theta. Angle is equal to theta. Resultant of these two vectors is equal to say it is R1. Resultant is equal to R1. What is the formula for R1? R1 is equal to root of P